All right, we're back with the Magical Arts Hour on thatchannel.com. My name is Baldini. I'm very pleased to introduce our second guest of all time, actually. A very good friend of mine from the world of comedic magic, but he actually has a lot more going on than that. I'd like to introduce you right now, and a big round of applause from our studio audience for Mr. Jason Palter. How are you, buddy?
Good, man.
Good to see you,
Thanks
man.
for having me. Thanks for having me.
I'm just going to say off the top, and it's nothing I haven't said to you in person. You're a very sexy fellow. No, that's not it.
No,
you're definitely not. You're definitely not sexy.
Thanks.
You can continue to hope for that.
Done. Okay, good.
Get back here. No, I will say this, bar none. Jason is absolutely, and I'm not kissing your butt just because you're doing this for me here and all that. Absolutely one of my favorite performers to watch as a magician, because he really has that comedic edge. And Dave earlier was talking about this, is to be entertaining, you need to be entertaining. And that's what you really, really do well. Now, we're going to cover a lot of ground with you, your business side and stuff. But I first want to start with, when did you start magic? Now, I know it's a very, very cliche type of question, but I mean, you know, you're getting on in an age not quite as old as me, but you're catching me. But I keep getting away from you.
Yeah, you're trying.
But at what point? Was this a childhood thing for you? Were you going to the magic store all the time? When did it all start? What was your first memory of I want to do this?
Two memories. I mean, my uncle bought me a magic set when I was 9. And there's always seems to be a family friend or someone who gets you into magic, something. They pull a quarter out of your ear. In this case, he bought me a set, and I thought it was neat. And I was 9 years old, and when I did a show for my class, and the reactions were unbelievable. And I just loved that laughter and that fun and that sense of wonder I was bringing to them. So I did a neighbor's kids party a year later.
Did you get paid for that party?
$3, man. I got an envelope with a $2 bill and a $1 bill, which we don't have anymore. And I should have kept them. I should have kept them. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah,
and that was it.
Better than shoveling driveways for $3 at
it was
about
amazing.
that age.
Yeah, well, you're going to pay me for this? And I worked out of a cardboard box, and I had this funny cardboard hat on that I just made myself to wear. And it was a scream, and I just said, you know, this is kind of neat.
And so, how old were you at this point?
I was 10 years old when I did my first show.
10 years old.
And yeah, that was it.
And then what? Then return trips. I mean, as you progress through your teens.
Yeah.
Because I know you have a background in comedy. If you didn't know that, Jason's done stand-up comedy, which there's a lot of crossover between magicians and stand-up comedians. A lot of magicians kind of leave magic behind, as I understand it, and transfer over to comedy and are successful. But where does the blend occur with you? What came first? Did they evolve? Because you've done stand-up where it's not magic. You're doing a stand-up comedic bit.
Yeah, I mean, what I hide behind is my deck of cards or my prop or whatever I'm holding when I'm doing comedy. Okay. And it doesn't matter what field you're in, what you sort of have a particular style that you bring to it.
Right.
Dave was talking earlier about entertaining first, and I fully believe that. I find a lot of magicians fool you first, and then they entertain you second. I say, no. You got to be entertaining first and fool them second. So my style has never been the silent performing act, making the birds appear and all that.
Very much like that.
It's just not the way I work. I talk and I speak, and so I believe in making them laugh. And oh, by the way, did I fool you? Fantastic. But maybe I don't even call it so much fooling. I like to say also, did I mystify you? I think people don't like to be fooled. Lance Burton, a very famous American magician, said that people don't like to be fooled, but they don't mind being mystified. So if the angle that you're taking with them is we've just had a little bit of fun here, instead of haha, I fooled you, they feel like a fool, they're not enjoying it so much. I always push the comedy, the performing first. I'm also an actor, so everything that I do really comes from a more theatrical, and I don't mean Shakespeare theatrical.
Which again was similar with Dave. Like he's from School of Theater as well. Even though he's doing hypnosis, he's still, to a degree, being presentable and entertaining in an acting forum.
Yeah.
So
exactly, and that's just it. I just think that you got to entertain. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I don't care if it's the best sleight of hand, skillful movements with your hand, the best big sawing an elephant in half or whatever. If you haven't entertained me, moved me either to tears or to laughter or to some sort of
create memorable magic. Is that a good way of saying it? Tom Baxter, you've heard of Tom Baxter? Yep. Yes, I mean, he had a quote, you know, let's create legendary magic, memorable magic. Magic that people recount the story, you know, 3 years later. I saw this like bald Jewish, you know, comedic magician.
Yeah.
Touche. Yeah. Well, I should have said
Baldini. There you go.
There we go.
Read the cue.
But that's memorable magic, and that's absolutely right. I mean, also Jeff McBride, you know, I've heard him say, and we all know who Jeff McBride is, and if you don't, he's another big-time Vegas performer on the level of Copperfield, just probably not as well known to the layperson.
That's right.
I remember him saying something very similar. He said, you know, magicians have a tough task because nobody wants to be made a fool of, and the immediate impression you have when a magician wants to trick you is to make a fool out of you.
Right,
so what it stuck with me very early on. Jeff McBride said, he goes, we therefore have to wrap our effects in, you know, allegory and comedy and storytelling to diffuse the natural animosity that people have towards someone like us, saying, "Hey, can I trick you?" Quote unquote, right? And again, this is probably why I enjoy watching you so much, is because you really adhere to that principle. And we've had these debates about, you know, stealing bits and all that, and you'll be happy to know I steal a ton of your bits. Really, I do.
Awesome. I'm walking off again. All right.
But listen, he's a lot smaller than me, so I'm not that worried. Although he might get Curran to beat the crap out of me, because
he's taller than both of us
when I do that stuff too. But no. I mean, I honestly, and I say this out of the utmost respect, I channel you. Meaning, like, sometimes I actually, you know, a very simple one. Do you like that enough to say, hey, Jason, let's see another? I mean, I'll occasionally throw that out there. Not because I planned it and I said I'm going to steal your bit. It's just because I'm channeling you at that moment. I think this is what Palter would do. And that's, again, it comes back to your style of presenting magic.
Thanks.
So kudos to you. Now, unless you want to add to that, I was going to bring up something that you might not want me to bring up, but it wasn't on the don't bring up card, folks.
Great. No, I was
Is it true?
No, go on.
Mr. Palter.
Yeah.
That you once appeared on Mr. Dress Up.
Yeah, I did. I was very fortunate to. I puppeteer as well, so
this is what I wanted to lead into. Talk to us about your experience of puppeteering, your relationship with the Mr. Dress Up show, which for me, I grew up as a kid. And do tell, he gets a little embarrassed by it. He's like years ago, but I think it's good entertainment. That's what it's about, right?
I was doing some puppetry training with people who other puppeteers on the show and with CBC. And when the producer and I met, and what do you do for a living? Magician. She says, well, why don't we have you on the show? Great. The funny part is that I never watched Mr. Dress Up when I was a kid. I knew of the show, but when friends of mine found out, I mean, their faces just dropped. Can I have an autograph? Can I have something? He was my hero. This is who I watched every day. And I said, yeah, I mean, I was happy to do it. And he was a wonderful gentleman. I was on the last season. The episode was called Jason's Magic. And it's still in rotation.
Is it really
yeah,
on
every
TV?
So often, yep, every so often you'll see it whenever the show's still repeating.
Dare I say it's out there on YouTube, or have you since removed it?
There may be parts on YouTube. I'm not sure. Yeah, I don't know.
Jason Palter, Mr. Dress Up, tags.
Fine, right.
But actually, you know, and I got my good buddy Alex Kazam in here, by the way, who's co-producing the show as well. We've watched and we really enjoy the clip. It's good magic. It's really good. And I guess I get it. You're like, yeah, no, because I was going to post it. I was going to post it on my wall and say, it's my buddy Palter from 10, 12 years ago. And you're like, please don't, right?
No, but honestly, I'm not.
Was that a disconnect from, which will be a nice segue into what we're about to talk about?
It always strikes me when they interview actors who appeared in Star Wars. They appeared in some movie that just absolutely launched their career, made them a household name. And the star of the actor goes, you know, I don't want to talk about that. I'm saying, why? I mean, that put the food on your table. That helped to start you to get you to this multi-million-dollar the way you are now.
It's not like you bombed in it. Like, it was a great piece.
Thank you. It was a lot of fun.
Except when you hit the puppet with your
I did as I walked.
You said sorry to the puppet.
Well, again,
sorry.
It's imagination, right? You're there at the moment.
It's beautiful.
But then Ernie Coombs, Mr. Dress Up, then had me come onto some live shows with him. So I would do some live shows with him as well.
That's cool.
And he was amazing. It just he was such a nice man. And it was a lot of fun. I really did enjoy it. It's just sometimes, you know, you get
anymore.
No. You just sometimes get embarrassed by it. You know, just because I get shy sometimes, which you would never believe with me. But
no, I wouldn't.
Yeah, no, you wouldn't.
Fair enough. No. So what we're going to have you do, I want to talk really about what I find super fascinating, and some of you may not know this about good old Baldini, is that I'm actually an MBA in marketing, right, in business, and we've talked about this many times. Jason has started his own company. It's called Mistivate, is that correct?
Well, Mistivate is my corporate company for corporate performing and for speaking and trade shows, motivational stuff. But the Paltergeist, which is a play on my last name, which is great, is a company that I created to create other magic tricks. I just launched my 12th product, and I've been doing it for about 5 years. And whereas you can appreciate as a performer, use this very interesting creative area of your brain. When you're creating tricks with your name on it, your stuff, it's a different creative area of the brain, and it's been amazing. It's a fun thing to supplement, and my stuff is sold worldwide. One of them won an award in the UK a couple of years ago, and you just mentioned Jeff McBride uses one of my tricks in one of his shows.
That's
I mean,
cool.
it's cool. It's a lot of fun.
Well, that's cool. And just so you know what goes on the levels in the magic industry, there are performers like us, but there are also guys, some who are performers like Jason, who also create magic effects to be sold to magicians and through magic stores and on the web, etc. And some who are just solely in the business. So I don't like to perform. I'm just going to create magic because I got this brain, this idea. Jason crosses over, which is beautiful because I do own some of his effects. For example, this one right here, Third Degree Burn, which if you are a magician, you should definitely get. This is basically pyro perception meets invisible deck, and I know the lay people don't know what that means, but all you magicians and performers out there, it's a fantastic effect. And you sold like thousands and thousands.
That was my first trick. That was
the first one.
just, I thought maybe I'd sell a couple hundred of them, and it put me on the map. I was very blessed with the trick and very fortunate to have it do as well. It still sells very well. There is no other blister trick on the market like this. Magicians will know what I mean by saying the force. There's no force. There's no deck of cards. And this is the one that started it all, and it was amazing.
It's brilliant. It's brilliant.
Thank you.
This is called the space between. Of course, we're talking about the area between your ears. Sorry, I couldn't resist, man. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Hey.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah, that sucked. Can we edit that, Randy? Thank you. This is called the space between, and it's another effect, and we could go on and on and on, but you can check it out at paltergeist.com if you are a magician, or Jason's on Facebook. I know you can get him there. But this is the one that I really like, and I actually just recently purchased this. And yes, he made me pay full price, but that's because he's invested thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars into it. He's got to make his money back. But I'll tell you what, it was worth every penny, folks, and I'll tell you what else. We're going to watch Jason present this. Would you guys like to see that here in the studio?
Hey-o.
All right, so what do we need? I mean, I am a magician, and I do know how this works, but I'm not going to be a cohort, as it were, or a stooge, or in on the effect.
For sure.
You will present the effect to me, and can we get maybe, I don't know, Hugh, you want to come out here and help us?
You awesome.
Big round of applause for Rue Hiley. Hey, Rue Hiley. Welcome. Wow, the tides have turned. Just so you know, Hugh Riley is the host of the flagship show here called Liquid Lunch. It's on Monday to Fridays from 12 to 2 right here on thatchannel.com. I've been on the show a few times. We're going to get some of my boys on his show as well. And now we have him as a guest on my show. Yay, yay. So, yeah, you may applaud for that. Sure, Randy, why not? He is your partner, after all. Not like that. Not that there'd be anything wrong with that. I'm just saying. There you go. Exactly. Not in California, apparently. Bush. Not that one. George. Bring it back down, Baldini. So I get really excited when we're about to see a magic effect. So what we're going to do, I'm going to throw it to Jason here, and he is going to perform his effect, King's Crossing, on myself and Hugh Riley. Check this out.
Cool. All right. So again, it's always good with a bit of a crowd, so we have a bit of a crowd here, but I'll show you. Both of you, fantastic. That's great.
Run around the room and
that's right, both of you. That's great.
There you go.
All right. So the idea here, and because magicians are watching this, which I like to say, and this is something magicians will understand, what you see is exactly what's going to happen. There's no sleight of hand. There's no false counts. This is exactly what happens. And I say this because there's magicians who will be watching this. You obviously don't tell your layperson, but you say, look, we're going to use 20 cards in this, so 20 large cards. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20 cards.
20 cards, no
Hugh,
question.
I'm going to give you the top 10 cards, all right? And they are going to be yours. These are the kings, because you're my king, Hugh. Even though we just met 5 minutes ago, you still are. Work with me on this, will you? All right, so here we go. So 20, so I'm going to give you the top 10 cards. Here we go. So fan them out so we can count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cards. Hugh, I'm going to hand those to you. Do me a favor, please. Just hold on to them. Hugh, Dave, our studio audience, and ladies and gentlemen, I am not going to touch those cards again. Okay. All right, very important to remember.
Fair enough.
And Dave, you're getting the top 10 aces. Because
Okay.
you're aces, my friend, all right? Aces totally in my book. Here we go. Top 10 card. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 aces.
No question.
Hand those to Dave.
Just hold them.
That's right. I am not going to touch those cards again.
Okay.
All right? Hugh, we just met. And you seem like a great guy. Do me a favor. I'm going to therefore give you option. Give me a number, any number between 2 and 4. Go.
3.
Perfect. We're going to use 3. So we go.
Said
1,
three, folks.
2, 3 cards go across. Did you feel anything?
No.
Story of my life. Okay, do me a favor. One at a time. On one from the top down, just face down onto the table, count them, and everyone count with them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 cards. Hello! So now, that's the
There
first
were
surprise.
10.
There were 10.
There were 10.
Now, you, Dave, exactly as he just did, count face down onto the table your cards, and we count with you. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep going, Dave, keep going. 11, 12, and 13. That's pretty cool. Well, now, please save it up because I've got a weak finish on this.
What?
Now, what cards did you have? Kings, right?
Kings.
And you had?
Aces.
Okay,
'Cause I'm
3 went
aces.
across because you're aces. Turn them over, show the camera, show yourself. I don't want to touch them, fan through. Let's see what you
Camera
got.
right here.
All right?
We got
So there's the aces, aces,
2,
aces going.
3.
Hello, a king.
Oh, 4, 5,
Say hello, a king.
7, 8, 9, 10,
There's another king.
11, 12, 13.
And that's King's
folks,
Crossing.
And I had no part of that. Give it up for
Right.
Jason
Thanks, guys.
Palter.
Thank you.
Truth be told, I have bought the effect from him, but I have not
Reset.
opened it yet. I have
Yeah,
not opened it yet.
that's
so
what
I
you
don't
can
really
expect.
know how it's done, but now I see, and I'm going to actually go home and open
Cool.
that up. That's pretty amazing.
I dig it,
wasn't
man.
Hugh?
Thanks, bud.
You ever seen anything like that?
No.
Okay.
I don't know how it was done.
Neither
Yes,
do I,
you
Hugh. I
do.
don't know what's going on.
Magic. Magic. Now, you're more than welcome to sit here, or do you want to? You gonna go? You got to go?
He's like a roadrunner cloud. He's gone, man.
Get that hook and exit stage left, even.
See ya.
Give it up for Hugh Riley,
Thank you.
playing
Thank
the role of a good sport. Now, I'll tell you, I know we gotta kind of move this along a little bit, and I definitely want to see my favorite routine that you do in a bit. We'll
Okay.
finish with that.
Okay.
But I just want to ask you a little bit more about the business side of this and what goes into this. Like, for example, I know on a personal level, because I've come up with some ideas that I thought were marketable.
Yep.
And I've approached you on them and say, listen, man, like I don't have the website, I don't have the the e-commerce going on. Why don't we do Jason Palter Presents, Baldini's, whatever?
Yeah.
And I came to you with probably about 10 different ideas, and I loved how you prefaced it with, I really like you, man. So like, don't be hurt by this. Like when I say this, like the classic Jewish guys that we are, looking out for each other. Although you border on Jewish mother. Just saying. But anyway, I
love the
approached you
abuse,
with what
please.
I thought were great ideas, and you ran it by your partners, and you more or less said to me, and I said, well, why though? And then you went into detail and explained to me why, and I said, I understand that. Could you, without giving away trade secrets, because I mean, you got a great track record, but what is your guiding light, your principle that it is worth investing the time, it is not worth investing the time in the concept? And I'll say one more thing, I'm sorry.
Yep.
In some cases, you've come up with the idea on your own. In some cases, the trick existed and you either contacted the person who bought the rights or talked to them and made a modification to the effect. Is that correct? Floor is yours. Enlighten us on the business side of what goes into creating effects like this for other magicians that you're selling thousands of around the world. I think that's amazing.
Yeah, thank you. It's, magic is art. Mind
Absolutely.
you,
the Magical Arts Hour is the name of the show.
Absolutely.
Which is
That's a good
going
name.
longer than an hour, by the way. But, yeah.
Listen, It's all art. Music, dance, acting, whatever. And art, therefore, is subjective. What is a beautiful painting to one person is not to somebody else. What is funny, what I do is, as a comic magician, what is funny to some people is not funny to others. And you'll agree with me on this, Dave. You can do the exact same show for two different crowds and get two completely different reactions. You haven't done anything differently. It's how people have perceived it. So my opinions, because it's only my opinion, on the trick ideas that you brought me were that based on my sort of brand and where I was going, they weren't going to work for me. I didn't feel that the time and the money was going to yield something that was going to bring back, that was going to work. And ask 20 people and you may get 20 different opinions on it. So some of my tricks, yes, I dream up, I come up with on my own, they get developed. Other tricks, like the one I just showed you, King's Crossing.
Sarkoza, is that his name?
Close, Gignac. I don't know who Sarkoza was. I thought you were teasing.
Sounded like a Bosnian name.
You're joking? Yeah,
No
he's from Quebec, though. So, yeah.
He's from Quebec.
So he had approached me. I was lecturing because I also lecture as a magician, and he said, how do you come up with your ideas? Same question as you did. Some of them come to me. I said, actually, sometimes people come to me with their ideas. He says, well, I've got an idea for a trick. And there was so few modifications I made to his original idea. There was a few. I decided to do this as a Jason Palter presents Nicolas Gignac's King's Crossing. In other cases, people say to me, here's my trick idea. I buy the rights from them, or I change it enough where I say, you know what, it's not really their trick anymore. And we come to an agreement, and it becomes my trick. There's no right or wrong formula to this.
But you have a guiding light. Like
I do. I mean, look,
if I recall correctly, you said something to the effect of, certainly one of the factors that you judge it on is, can this trick easily be recreated on its own? Like,
big
can you
time.
deconstruct it and build it yourself?
My
third-degree burn cannot.
My third-degree burn could not. But people had said to me, I mean, the trick sells for $65. People had said to me, you should sell for $100. It's that good. The problem is, at $100, you're going to find somebody who will rip it off and who will charge $55 for it. Now it's gone. Keep it priced low enough
that they can't rip
it off. That they won't be able to do. The hope is that they won't be able to. King's Crossing, in theory, they could, but they'd have to make the cards. And honestly, by the time you're all said and done, maybe you could save yourself $5, $10 making it yourself. But the amount of time it's done, just go and buy it. That's a lot of people's attitudes. So I also have other magicians that I've met, not only as a performer around the world, but also as a creator, who I bounce ideas off of. I have basically what I call my personal board of directors, okay? I don't pay them, they don't pay me, they don't. You know, I have bounced ideas off of you before.
Oh, so it's like
you were sleeping and you weren't on the phone when I did it, but still I bounced ideas off of you.
I sleep a lot, so it's true. If you know me, I sleep a lot, particularly in the afternoons.
So I asked, I said, look, what do you think of this idea? And again, ask 20 people, you'll get 20 different opinions. But these sort of core group of guys, we bounce ideas off of each other and say, you know, do you think this will be marketable? How much is it going to cost? Your startup costs. You go out and market it. There's no exact formula for how I do it. It's just I sort of trust these guys as they sort of trust me. And some of it's trial and error.
What's your track record like? Like, have you hit 80% of these things? Or are they anything you finally decided to do actually still on the market?
I mean,
Some sell better than others, obviously.
I have been. I've been very fortunate. Everything that I've sold has done well. Some better than others. King's Crossing, I did not think it would do as well as it's done. The trick isn't even a year old, and I'm already into my third printing of it, which has been unbelievable, and it's still selling well. Thank you, man, and been getting great reviews. But I didn't think it would do that well. Third Degree Burn, I was hoping it'd sell a couple hundred units. It's been selling for 5 years. I don't even know what it is. It's been huge. It's been amazing. And I was hoping I would have sold 250 of them. So, you know, Peter Loughran, another Canadian magician, very good friend of mine, and again, an inspiration to a lot of my tricks, because you'll see his name credited on this because he's been creating longer than me. And he'll say, the tricks I think are going to do really well, they don't do so well. The tricks I just sort of throw out, see what happens, they sell thousands.
That's awesome,
there doesn't seem
like
to be
annuities, man. Once you get past that point, you just sit back and collect the money. Like that's great.
Yes, in some cases, but the market is so competitive that you've got to keep coming up with something new because, you know, it's very hot, but it may not last. So you sort of get your run out of it, and then you go and grab something else. So yeah, as I say, no exact formula to it.
I love that. I mean, that to me is one of the elements that's so fascinating about this side of the business, and Jason is definitely one of the market leaders. There's no question about it. And I'm more ass-kissing, but I am truly honored.
I'm
truly honored to be your
Thank
friend,
you.
man, and I really do learn a lot from you and enjoy time with you all the time.
Thank you.
Now that I'm finished kissing your butt,
Outstanding.
I would like to, if it's, first of all, would you like to tell us about any shows coming up, anything coming up? I know we got your websites, which we'll put up on there, but you got the paltergeist.com, you have the mistovate.com.
And jasonpalter.com.
And jasonpalter.com, and you're on Facebook, you know, easy to get to on Facebook. And I know occasionally you've opened for Dave Curran, and
that's
see
right.
what's happening,
That's
I
been
don't know. But do you have anything else going on show-wise that you want to talk about, or?
Honestly, there's plans of stuff that I'm doing. Nothing I'm ready to talk about
right
now.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a couple.
So
There's a couple.
sexy, man.
It is. Yeah,
Wait,
it's
let me
really
take
private.
some mental images.
There's
weird.
You don't want to have anything under wraps.
How
with
do
me,
you know?
But yeah,
How do
no.
you
There's
know?
there's a couple of new tricks that I'm coming out with as well. I just launched a new one, Psionic, which I cannot believe I didn't bring the
I
trick here with
forgot
me.
about
Yeah,
Psionic.
it's funny
Psionic's
because it's so
fantastic
new. I
effect.
forgot.
Yeah,
So that
a
is
mentalist
brand new. That's
trick.
only a couple of weeks old.
Well,
so yeah,
that's amazing. What I'd like to do is finish my first show, and it's been a blast here with Jason Palter here, and we'll give him a big round of applause in the studio here, Mr.
Thanks,
Jason
guys.
Palter.
Thanks, man.
Big round of applause for Dave Curran,
Dave, yeah.
who's a great first guest. Of course, we got Alex Kazam here helping with the co-producing. We got Curtis, we got Hugh, we got Randy doing producing back there, and everyone else in the audience, which is no one, but that's an illusion. Run around the room, Kazam, clap your hands. Yes, I stole that from Palter. I would like to finish my first show with requesting my absolute favorite performance, probably bar none in magic, and that is Jason Palter's pom-pom routine. I can't tell you the number of times I've seen him at a live venue and I've yelled out, "Do the pom-poms,
It's true,
Jason!"
man. It's true.
So let's do that right now.
All right.
Do the pom-poms, Jason! Big round of applause. The
All
pom-pom
right.
routine. Jason Palter, bring it, baby.
Now you know, man, this plays for a larger crowd, right? So we're going to try and do it. We got a lot of crowd, yeah.
They're going to
both
laugh
of them. It's
as
cool.
loud as
All right.
a room filled with 50.
All right. So it's a bit of a puzzle.
Okay.
It's a stick here with a red pom-pom, a white pom-pom, a blue pom-pom, and a yellow pom-pom. Now there's a long string on this side and a short string on this side. Now the funny thing is, if you pull on the yellow pom-pom, the white pom-pom gives a high pom-pom, the yellow pom-pom gives a low pom-pom. You pull on the white pom-pom, the yellow pom-pom gives a high pom-pom, the white pom-pom gives a low pom-pom, which is weird.
It is.
It is, because there's always a long string on this side and a short string on this side. Even more funny is if you pull on the blue pom-pom, the white pom-pom becomes a high pom-pom, the yellow pom-pom becomes a low pom-pom, you pull on the red pom-pom, the yellow pom-pom becomes a high pom-pom, the white pom-pom becomes a low pom-pom. Do you know what this means? Yeah, yes? It means that the white pom-pom is attached to the blue pom-pom, and the blue pom-pom is attached to the yellow pom-pom, the yellow pom-pom is attached to the red pom-pom, the red, hang on, this is ridiculous. We got a long string here, we got a short string here. Dave, you've been watching the trick, yes?
Yeah.
Yes. What is going to happen if I pull down the yellow pom-pom?
The white goes up?
Aye, please, pull down to the yellow one for me. Excellent. Oh, crap, you broke it.
Sorry, dude.
Well, it's all right, man. Let's hope the host of the show brought a wallet. We got
I did, but it's empty.
long string here. We got a long string here. Now, sometimes when I do this for people, as you know, they get a little skeptic. They think maybe something's in between.
I do.
The funny thing is this is what I call my what's it. It breaks right apart to show you there's nobody home.
What?
Guys, this is all you're getting. Anyway, thank you for the laugh there.
Round of applause, guys. That's
Thought they
the
fell
big
asleep.
format.
Aye, so here we go. Bring it back together. I'm going to take the white pom-pom. I'm going to make it stick. Now, I want to know what's it for, what's it do, where did it come from? I don't know. So in magic, what Dave will agree, what we always do is we quit while we're behind. Yep.
Give it a round of applause for Jason Palter and the pom-poms. Thank you again,
All right.
Jason.
Hey, man,
Absolute
my
pleasure.
Thank you.
Really, thank you. Appreciate it.
Congrats on the show.
Thank you. My name is Baldini. That has been the inaugural Magical Arts Hour here on thatchannel.com. We will be airing every Friday afternoon following Hugh Riley's Liquid Lunch from 12 to 2. My show starts at 2. Please tune in then. Thank you.